We hope you have enjoyed this glimpse into the Penn State of 2005. We now leave you with a bit of advice from each of our guests.
Well, my advice to the editor-in-chief of the Collegian in 2055, would be, basically just be confident in the principles of journalism. I don't know what journalism will be like 50 years from now. I mean, right now we have these cable news outlets that everyone criticizes for being, partisan. Fox News is supposedly, an outlet for Bush supporters. CNN is supposedly liberal. But I have no idea what the Collegian will be like 50 years from now. But please just, look back to the foundations of journalism and, just expressing all viewpoints across campus. And that's been one of the biggest challenges for me, is the criticism from trying to represent everyone's voice, no matter how stupid some people might think, other people's voices are.
You remember that you're here to get an education first and then become a student leader second, because what you're going to learn in the classroom is, why we're here, and it's how we're going to get a job when we're done. But I think many of the things you'll learn outside the classroom are going to enable you to understand what you're learning inside the classroom, but expand your horizons. So don't take the lessons that you're learning inside the classroom any less than what you're learning outside the classroom, and then enjoy yourself, because you're only here for 4 years, albeit that you get through all 4 very quickly. But the lessons and the friendships that you're going to make and the experiences you're going to have are going to be so amazing, so that know that you've taken the chance to really expand your Penn State experience that many students don't do. And to enjoy those experiences is probably the most that you should do, by taking it all in, remembering who you are, and remembering why you're here, and student leadership's key.
I guess my advice to any student now or 50 years from now would be, when you come here, don't forget, this is kind of a big part of school, don't forget about learning still, because if you don't continue actually studying, you're going to do really poorly and have to leave. But also don't forget to have a social life. So it's kind of, with any school, learn to balance between the two.
The best advice that I could give a student starting out at Penn State is to start out in DUS. Don't assume that just because you wanted to do something since you were little that it's the right path to start on. I always thought I was going to be an engineer. That was my plan since I was 5. I mean, I thought about other careers in the meantime, but it always just went back to engineer. And I really regret having focused my entire first year so much in engineering that I didn't really get a broader base of other classes. I think it would have been better for me to have just started out and done a full year's worth of gen eds to have gotten a better idea of what I wanted to do, because I had to start out my 3rd semester with intro psych classes, just trying to get prepared for a new major when I switched.
Listen to who you're working with, listen to the people who are on your executive board, if you have whatever kind of group that you're working with. Listen to people who have worked with your position in the past, but you also need to pave your own way, I think, and work with who you have around you. Try and create a friendship rapport if you can. So I think it's always better if people are working together who are friends. You don't have to be best friends, but friends on a certain level, and who perhaps have the same vision. And I don't mean agree on the same things all the time, but have the same larger vision. If you can work with people like that, your job will be much, much easier. You'll have a lot more fun. You'll get a lot more done. Remember to have some fun. You need to have some fun. Take some time for yourself. Don't get too caught up in whatever you're doing, whether it's academics or a student group, particularly a student group. There's a lot of I guess what you would call politics, which hopefully will change by the time that you're seeing this, but I don't think it ever will. There's a lot of stuff that you can just you can just be drowning in. And remember to take some time for yourself. Go see a movie, go hang out with your best friend, just go to sleep or something. I don't know, do something for yourself, and remember to breathe and relax every now and then, and it'll all be okay.
I said when I became president of Penn State that it was important to look ahead and move forward, but to do it in a context of understanding Penn State's history and traditions. There are certain things that need to be changed each year, but I think my advice for a president in 2055 is to do everything possible to appreciate the history and traditions and then to build on it. Kind of get the right mix between the past, the present, and the future, putting it all together in a way that is meaningful to people.
Whoever's sitting in this seat in 2055, I guess my advice is to enjoy it. This is a remarkable place. In my experience, it is the best place in the country. I'm having the chance to work with wonderful students, an incredible leadership team that Graham Spanier has put together. This is a great place, and whoever sits in this seat in the future, I hope they recognize that and take fullest advantage of that. Connecting with the students who are a part of Penn State is, for me, the greatest joy I've had in my career.